What's going on, folks? Painless. Ooh, another video in less than a week. Anyway, I've talked about this here and there, and every time I come upon some new information, y'all see the title, and I think this is something that's really, I mean, it's talked about maybe for a couple minutes, then we move on. But I want to bring or shed more light to it. I've talked about how black men, there's this idea that black men somewhat shun professional therapy or, seeing a professional, for mental health, or we shy away from mental health and things of that nature. And many of y'all know there was a, well, she ain't working there no more. She did a viral video basically shunning or talking down to black men. Even had clients of hers who were black men. And some, kind of on teetering, divulging, patient-client privilege to an extent. She didn't name any names, but I believe it's safe to say if I was a patient of hers and I saw her do that, I would no longer entertain her services. And she was subsequently terminated, rightfully so. That's the one time, I support cancellation. When you're acting in the capacity where you're responsible for people and you're licensed and things of that nature, and you jump on here and you start talking down, talking crazy, you might, termination should be entertained. Definitely disciplinary action, revoke of license, something to that effect. But this company decided to terminate her, and I have no qualms about that. Now she's on TikTok being a loose cannon. She has nothing to lose. So now the little things that she did say that got her terminated, it's all out now. She just went balls to the wall, pedal to the metal, and talking real crazy now. And I say all that to say, there's a, and I'm pretty much late, and it's been here. I've talked about the divestors, the divestor movement that call black men bullet bags, that call black men Nigcels and things of that nature. Taking the Nigger. And taking the NIG and merging it with incels, which is someone who just what people would deem who have tapped out, who have taken their ball and gone home, pretty much, who refuse to even entertain women for a variety of reasons. Maybe they feel inadequate about themselves. And this is why I say, guys, even, especially black men, but just men in general, I've talked about, and many of y'all know this, I've talked about how straight men are becoming, you're shunned. Nobody wants you around until they need you around. And this is where, I've never been someone being part or even claim to be part of the manosphere or anything, but there's some mutual agreements or thoughts that I share, that I'm in agreement with, about male masculinity, and you accept all the responsibility. It's society wants the male to accept all the responsibility, which I have no issues with. And trust me, this is not This is not a, oh God, he male crying, mansplaining. No, it's just what it is. You know, we live in a society where you expected to accept all the responsibility, whether it be usually negative, because when you succeed, it's like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. You're a guy, But when you fail, you don't. You're not granted any authority. You know what I'm saying? You're just a knuckle dragger, and that's how men have always been. But because people say, well, okay, you're a guy. That's what you're supposed to do. But you know why that is so obsolete now? Because a lot of you women want to garner the same fucking, you want the same fucking rights and status as a man. You got schools, I just read there's a school out in California, I think it's Coronado, somewhere in San Diego. They're trying to have an all-girls high school football team. What the fuck is that? And it's only a moment. It's only a matter of time. When someone gets really, really hurt. I think there's already teams, but I didn't know at the high school level. I'm not aware of it. I know that they have women football padded up, all that shit, studied up women football leagues. I know that. But at the high school level, I am not aware of anywhere in the United States of America other than what I just heard the other day of an all-girls high school football goddamn team. That's new to me. Like, again, I said there's adult teams, women teams. But yeah, it's this. We're living where, you get all the responsibility, but no authority. No, you can't. But basically, you just get here, go do this. And then when I say, hey, this doesn't look right, I got to go to you, woman, for fucking authority, for the say-so to change it. That's what we living in. And even to that extent, yeah, okay, all right. But yeah, you women, the only reason I bring it up is because you women want fucking equality. If it was just, okay, but no, we're living, it's just, I'm like, well, you want to be men? Well, this is what comes with being a man. You want to be rangers and damn infantry officers and shit like that. Okay, this is what comes with it. Knee pains and back sprains. You want to bust tracks on M1 Abrams? Can you do that? I know guys who struggled doing that. When I was in tank battalions, busting track is no fucking joke. That's hard manual work. Busting track. Putting new track on. That is very labor intensive. But, I digress. So getting back, but there's this growing, I just used some of the terms before, Nigcels, BulletBags. And it's coming from, and this is why I say there's a distinction. See, back in the gender war, a lot of guys, I remember the old heads, they used to talk Doug Tishon, a lot of those guys, Dan Freeman, Black One Son, all these older guys, these guys, they put out a lot of information. Soul and Black, Shout out to Brother Soul and Black. But these, it was always harped on the Keishas around the way. And I said, it's easy to beat up on Keisha that lives in the Jordan Downs, you know. It's easy to beat up on Keisha that lives in the Cabrini Greens or the Hacienda Village. But this type of rhetoric, this slash divestment, like I talked about, these professional sisters with these JDs, with these PhDs, with these titles, you know, these sorority type sisters who already think, that's why I said, you know, living in the South, that's all I try to stay clear of those black women for a reason. Those ski-wee sorority chicks that got jobs at Vanderbilt or work at the Emory Hospital, you know, director of inclusion and diversity, all these they have these titles. Guys, brothers, stay clear of them. They ain't talking about shit. They're not shit. They think they're smarter than you. And then if they so happen to run against a brother like Painless, who has his own, and I've said, I'm not balling, but I have my own home. I have my own vehicles. I got stuff, you know. I make my own money. And when they run into a brother like me, it becomes, well, shit, I can't put his ass out because he has his own shit. Or he has his own money, so he can't be relying on me. You know, he pays his own cell phone. I can't cut his phone off if he does some shit I don't like. I can't put his ass out on the interstate because he has his own car. So it turns into, well, I'm just going to be his adversary. I'm jealous of him. I'm going to compete with him. Instead of just saying, you know what? Damn, this a brother who, okay. I become competition to her. And like I said, men, Painless, the way I roll, I don't compete with no fucking woman. Because you know what? I'm stronger than you. And I tell women this. And this is where, you know, and I don't come off aggressive like this. You always let these types of women, these sorority chicks with these fancy ass titles and shit, and that work here, and they usually lead with that shit. Me, I'm chilling, attempting to enjoy a woman's company. But they're always sizing you up. Oh, you work from home? Oh, I'm jealous. Every fucking woman that I said I had the ability to work from home, you know what they say? Oh, I'm jealous. So when you hear that's I ain't gonna say it's so fucking common too. It's not even a red flag. You just chuck it up as that's what women are. A lot of women are, especially if you're a black man from a black woman, because they be on some, how the hell did your nappy-headed ass get a job where you can work from home? When you hear jealous, just know they mean what I just said. How'd you get this? How'd your black ass get this job from working from home? Who are you? I'm jealous. So that's what they really mean. It's a nice way of saying that. But yeah, they usually lead with that. With all that mumbo jumbo, jealous. So what do you know? And I had no problem with a woman asking, what do I do? Because I know why she's asking me that. But when they start talking that yin yang, all that bullshit, I said, look. It's, you know, hey, I know what time it is. I know where you coming from. And I shut them down. And I say, you know, I'm stronger than you. You're going to need me before. That's how you let these These women who act like this, again, women who act like this, not all women. Let's put our thinking caps on. Let's comprehend our comprehensive skills. You're gonna, in theory, no, fuck that. In reality, you're gonna need me before I need you, woman. And I'm not on no bashing, but that's just the reality. You're gonna need me before I need you. And they get into this competitive. Like, damn, I can't, there's nothing I can do with them. So I'm just gonna try to be, and then, like I said in the last video, and I was talking about something else, and I briefly described it, but, this is the video to discuss that. See, when you start, as a man, start talking like this, even when they bring the shit up, oh, you sassy. You got a slick mouth. Basically, you got me. Oh, this somebody I can't, you always you should do this with anybody, man or woman. You always let somebody know, I ain't that fucking one to be. I remember stuff. So that shit you said last week, I remember. You always take mental notes with people. And some people, they always show their hand. And these professional sisters out here, these divestors, these ones that, think they're the fucking hot shit, the smartest thing in the damn room, you let their ass know from the rip, I ain't that dude to play with. I don't need you. And a lot of women out here know that, at the end of the day, sex is, you get sex anywhere. So dangling vagina in front of my face does not do Nathan for me. Nathan for painless. And they don't like that. Women don't like that. And that's why they like dusties or, here we go with I would be considered an educated lame, And I don't mind being an educated lame for all intents and purposes for a term that you all, are familiar with. I ain't got no problem. You know why? Because educated lames fucking win at the end of the day. All these sisters, look, right here where I'm at in Tennessee, it's Ski-Wee, HBCU, TCU, Laney College, Central around this mug. Delta Omega Phi Psi, and, what church you go to and all this shit, And these women, and I'd be like, well, Miss Ski-Wee, where's the father of them damn 2 kids you got? Miss Professional Sister, Miss My Shit Don't Stink or Stank, And like I said, the defiant arrogance of these women to think that, look, let me tell you something. There is nothing, look, let me say this. I am not bashing single mothers at all. Shit happens. You may have had a bad guy that you had children with, that you were married, now you're divorced. He could have passed away. Stuff happens in life. I'm talking about you sisters out here that think y'all fucking holding. You think you still holding out here on these streets. Defiant and arrogant to the end. And you think you think I give a damn about your degrees? But I'm noticing also, there are a lot of young black women out here that are subscribing to this Nigcel, this, bullet bag divestment type of jargon. Excuse me. you know, and thinking that, they secretly, I just, look, black men, assume, and they have a look, and you see my thumbnail. This is that look. These are there's a look about them, you can tell. They are enemies to black men. They are secret enemies to black men. They really don't like you. And you need to be, and that's what's so sinister about it. And see, they're the ones that, it's like a Trojan horse. And it's becoming aware and apparent to me, that a lot of black women just don't like black men nowadays. You'd be better off, brothers, to me, in my opinion, and I wrestle with this. You'd be better off just getting you you'd just be better off getting you a sister that's a supervisor somewhere. I don't know how this, like I said, I wrestle with it, but don't think that these professional church-going sisters out here, and, you got those, and then you got the Erykah Badu types, the bull nose ring, and the dreads, and the sage burning, change on the goddamn floor, and astronomical patterns, and solar galaxy, I don't know. Stay away from them. Stay away from them sage burning type chicks. They're there's just a look about them, ain't got, there's just a look. There's a look about them. And, I act like they're not even there. Because I know that they, you see, the internet, there's a certain level of anonymity. Even I do it, Some of y'all know what I look like. Some of y'all on my Facebook. But there's a certain level of anonymity that you can do. And you can sit back and say shit. And be like, whew, they don't know who I am. I say, this keyboard warrior shit. So they're so my mama call her. I'll call her back. But yeah. But just to crap on a man's, he come to, as a brother, he goes to you in confidence to seek therapy, and then to get on that like that sister did, and to do that, that's unbecoming. And I told you about that sister out there in Texas who was a school teacher, who was in charge of white students as a first grade teacher, talking all that noise, playing the game, smiling. And and that's the thing, a lot of these professional sisters out here, these HBCU sisters, they're good at pretending and smiling to get the job, but they secretly don't like white people, but they use Caucasian people as a vessel or as a Trojan horse or a weapon to hate black men. To hate black men. That's what they do. So they good at pretending, but they end up crashing out. Because when you hold those sentiments, when you are acting like that in life, and you doing all that, you get your ass terminated and fired. This same sister, you can look the story up. I ain't going to put it in the description box. But you can just Google. Some of y'all know about this story. It's a black woman, first grade teacher. Her sister was married, or her boyfriend was Caucasian. And she was texting to her boyfriend that, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got a cave. She called her sister's man, which was Caucasian, a cave dweller. Can't believe I got a cave dweller in my house. Now, the irony is she teaches white children. Also, the irony is a white person probably, I'm sure a white person writes her fucking check. Or wrote, past tense, her check. Because she's no longer employed. And rightfully so. So therein lies, again, the arrogance in a lot of sisters, professional sisters now, that think that try to be sneaky and to have a smile because they don't want to be like Keisha. They don't really like Keishas. They don't like Keishas. And these divestors, they do not like Keishas. They call them mammies. So they put on this front like this shit don't stink. You know, I'm hot shit. I'm the smartest thing in the room. Who are you? I know more. I'm not, you know. And they get caught up. Their arrogance doesn't allow them to just shut the fuck up, essentially. And they just have to they have to have the last word. They have to have a word. They have to let everyone know how they feel. I don't give a shit. I'm mad. Look at me. I want my way. If I can't get my way, I'm going to take the mic at the graduation commencement and make a fucking scene because I'm a black professional woman. Hear me roar. Bullshit. Stay away from sisters like that, guys. Act like they're not there. Act like they don't fucking exist. And you'll spot them. You'll spot them. Because they show their hand. They have no goddamn poker face at all. And but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, you know, incels and bullet bag. When I heard that bullet bag shit, it was like, I don't get mad. I think it's hilarious, you know, that, you know, I'm rent free as a black man on you divestors' minds, but you claim you don't fucking want anything to do with us, you know. And then, like I said, ye shall know them by their fruits. Like the good old book say, you shall know them by their fruits. And these types of women always crash and burn. You know, from the sister, you know, now she can't even practice no more. That one that was a psychologist talking all that noise about black men. The sister down in Texas, she can't teach in that ISD no more. She can't. And now with the internet, you think somebody ain't gonna know her ass? And then she probably, you know, her family probably don't want to fuck with her. You called your own sister, you know, but then you getting money from you. Look, what's understood don't need to be said. Painless out.